to my channel. If you are new here, please subscribe to my channel. I am a current nursing student. I'm in my first year, and I'll be posting a lot of vlogs and videos and tips and tricks all throughout my program. So you definitely don't want to miss that. Hit the subscribe button and then the little bell next to it so that you're notified whenever I post a video. So today I'm going to talk to you guys about my first week of nursing school. So I haven't completed my first week yet. I went to school Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. It's currently Friday, and I have my clinicals tomorrow. So after tomorrow, it'll be a full week, my full school week. I'm gonna kind of tell you guys my experience, what happened, what went down, what to expect, how to prepare yourself, and just how not to be overwhelmed, because I can tell you right now, your first week of nursing school will be very overwhelming. So Monday was actually a second orientation for me because Pearson did not show up to our first orientation. So we had to schedule a second orientation from 8 in the morning to about 12 o'clock, so about 4 hours long. And we just talked about books, and our university came, and the concurrent university that my college works with, and they kind of spoke to us a little bit, and then we went off for lunch. And then at about 1 o'clock, we went to meet our professors, and we kind of talked about what was required, what we're gonna do, whatever the syllabus a little bit, but nothing too in depth because we did end up leaving at 2 o'clock. The first day was really nothing serious. Just make friends your first week of nursing school, even that first day, because you do not want to do nursing school by yourself. I can tell you this, and I've only been in it for a week. And I'm already stressed and needing friends to kind of, what's due, what's going on, did I do this right, did you do this right? You need someone to not only share the frustration with, but someone to kind of have your back and keep everybody in check. My group is a group of 6, but anywhere from about 4 to 6 people, even just one person that you can kind of text and, you know, talk about stuff or meet up for a study group. Another thing I recommend before even getting into the program or while you're waiting, or I would recommend creating a Facebook page for all the applicants that are applying to a specific school. So what I did was I created a Facebook page and I called it My School Nursing Applicants Fall 2018. And then everyone is just, you know, they want to be in there, they want to see what's going on, they want to follow up on, you know, the updates and, you know, their application status, who got it, who did it. Overall, there's over 100 people in that group right now, and so we all kind of built a family-friendly kind of cohort. So when the first day of school came, we were already kind of used to each other through Facebook because we were going through the whole process of submitting our application and getting the denials and the acceptance letters. So I definitely recommend that, to have a strong kind of friendship base the first day of school. Nursing school throws everything at you. I mean, you will feel very overwhelmed your first day of school. There's no avoiding it. You just have to know how to cope with it. The first thing I recommend is to get a planner. I cannot stress the importance of a planner in nursing school. My prerequisites, I'm gonna admit, I did not use a planner because I just didn't think I needed one. However, when I left school Wednesday, my group and I, it's a group of 6 people, we were very overwhelmed and we were lost and confused and just wondering, what did we just go through in the last 3 days? So what I did was, my planner here that I got from Michael's, I took all of my syllabuses that I got from class, and I have quite the syllabus here. I want to say I have about 4 or 5 syllabus. I took them and I put everything in my planner. As you can see, I've already have everything in my planner, color coordinated and like ready to go. So no matter where I am, I can flip this planner open and say, okay, well, Tuesday I have a quiz on communication. And I know that my Tuesday class is my critical thinking class, my Wednesday class is my essential class, and so forth. And then I have color coordinated stuff. So it might look a little bit gibberish to you guys, but for me, the greens are my ticket to entry. So these are basically things that I have to do before I go to class. And purples are my homework. Pinks are things that I need to read. And red are like, you have an exam or you need to bring a certain book. A dark purple, which is basically my lab. So for my school, you have to go to our simulation lab at least once a week for an hour a week, outside of your usual clinical time that mine is currently. Usually when you go to the hospital, that's your clinical time, but my school requires an additional 1 hour per week just in the sim lab at school, working on like your skills. So in my planner, I have those lab hours kind of scheduled. I scheduled mine for Tuesdays. So I know when I'm looking, okay, right after essentials or critical thinking, I'm going straight to lab. So definitely organize yourself. One thing I realized my first week of school is I waited to get my textbooks because I kind of wanted to see, you know, what was going on. Was this textbook really necessary? And now I feel like I'm behind because everyone already had their books, and now that I have assignments due, I'm trying to like purchase my textbooks now. So have your textbooks already like bought and like ready to go. I mean, whatever it is you need to buy, your stethoscope, everything, please buy that before you start, because I can assure you that once you start, you will have so many things thrown at you. Definitely decide whether you're gonna get a textbook or e-text, and e-texts are always cheaper. And nursing school will make you broke. Try to stay off social media, because I can tell you that I get on social media a little too much. So I would be like reading my NCLEX questions and I'm like, let me check Facebook real quick. That's killing time. I'm giving up, probably gonna give up Snapchat because I really don't use it that much. So I'm going to keep my Instagram and my Facebook and obviously YouTube. And I'm gonna probably give up Snapchat just to kind of, you know, stop wasting time on things that I don't need to be wasting time on, because I just started 3 days ago and I already feel like I'm behind. Like, how did that even happen? Another thing that I realized is they start giving you NCLEX questions that same week. I actually had NCLEX questions that are due, I want to say by tomorrow. I'm not quite sure on that, but I've already done them. And NCLEX questions are definitely something else. I heard a lot about them, but then I did them and I was like, okay, is there a textbook with the answers in there? I used to be super duper frustrated with the questions, and I completed about 25 questions already because my school has you do them as like homework. And I can tell you what helps me is to build like personal connections with the question. So what I mean by that is I had a couple questions yesterday that were talking about infants and newborns and, you know, their oral care and just little things. And I have a daughter that's 1. So that kind of stood out to me, and I was, instead of just learning the question, I was kind of taking it and applying it to my life. So that information is going to be, I'm going to retain that information a lot easier than, say, if I had no connection with that information. So for the NCLEX style questions, I just find that if I kind of put myself in that situation, some of them, well, I'm sure once I get into like Med-Calc and stuff, it's going to be a little more complicated than that, but some of them talk about real life situations, and you can probably connect something, someone in your family somewhere to the question and kind of build a better connection to it, and you'll probably understand it a little bit more. So yeah, definitely get started on those NCLEX questions now, because they're never gonna go away. And I can tell you from my first little experience from, I did about 25 questions, like I said, and they're pretty intense. However, like I said, with my technique of trying to think deeper than just the question and kind of making it relate to things around me, out of my 25 questions, I only got 2 initially wrong. So that's a 23 out of 25. And then on Pearson, it actually lets you redo it and ask you the same questions like in a different way. Eventually, I got all 25 out of 25 right. But if you just kind of read the question and just like don't even really try to understand it, you probably won't have that good of a turnout, because like I said, you have to think a little bit deeper than how your prerequisites were. You know, having just kind of like definitions and kind of like the obvious thing that's right in front of you. The questions are no longer like that. That was basically my experience with nursing school, my first week so far. I love it. I just think it's such an amazing, rewarding field, and it takes a special person to become a nurse. I just want to say that nursing school, the beginning, it'll be super overwhelming, and I'm sure as I go, it's still going to be overwhelming. But you know what, at the end, in 2 years, I'm going to look back and everything is going to be all worth it. And I just want to say, keep going, stay strong. We can all do this. Thank you guys so much, and please don't forget to subscribe and like this video, comment for more videos like this. Let me know if you guys want to see like some vlog type stuff, kind of a day in the life, or me studying. Let me know down below and I will be more than glad and happy to record that for you guys. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!